setup dock.
Captain and Diggle, are you guys ready to roll then?
Yeah, let's do it.
As soon as I can get out of
Okay,
this
cool.
screen. Alright, I'm almost ready.
Yeah, hold on.
So you still want me to do the wait 10 seconds after we all get shoved up there and then do the intro?
That's fine, yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah, so I'll introduce myself and I'll let Bash and Captain introduce themselves with their voice, and then we'll just get started.
All right then.
Do I want to be watching through your the DiggleWarth stream for like the most?
You should have a commentary stream, apparently.
Oh. Oh, the RTMP. Yeah, I got that handled. Not an issue for me.
Yeah. Alright. So there's that. Alright, I'm ready to go then.
Yeah, we'll hammer out your camera prop behind the scenes.
Okay, I'm getting your audio on your stream, Diggle.
Okay.
You're the... okay.
Is there a problem? That's good. Are we good?
I see.
Oh, what? How did I get...
No. Why did I get...
Sorry, I got dragged out of here. Sorry, what is,
feeling. Everybody, the time is now. This is Metroid Prime. Randomizer. This is DiggleWarth. Let's get this party started.
Yeah, as Crunky said, I'm DiggleWarth. With me, I have two commentators. If you would introduce yourselves.
Hey there, folks. I'm Captain MD13.
Hi, I'm Bash Prime. I don't know who two commentators is. That was not part of the plan.
Okay.
What was telling me.
Bash Prime here is the developer of this rando, by the way, so he'll have some insights, I'm sure. We're running behind, so let's just get going. We can talk about settings and whatnot. So on go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Go.
So we'll be starting in landing site, and not Frigate, as you would in vanilla, because Frigate doesn't add anything to rando.
Eat your heart out, Elias.
Yeah. Of course, I'm going to do Space Jump first. Probably get an E-Tank or something that isn't a missile. Why don't you guys talk about the settings real quick while I do... Oh my god!
Well, that's a promising start.
It should be like 50% odds to get missiles there, and for like, I've seen missiles there 3 times in the past month. Wow. I am a statistical outlier.
Yeah, so Alcove technically has a few checks behind it for like a more glitchless setting. Do you have Alcove like early like SGF checked at all?
No,
or,
I don't. So this is actually there's a randomizer tournament going on. What was that? But there is a randomizer tournament going on that is also being hosted on SpeedGaming. And what I have here is basically the settings for that. A couple of basic tricks and logic, which doesn't include SJF.
A randomizer without a logical start? We're out of logic still? No way. Alcove missiles are probably the best start you can have because you can route in some more talent items before you go. Ooh, best item in the game, space jump boots. Let's DiggleWarth double jump as opposed to jump once. He can jump even more like a cowboy. You're gonna see him scan these red posts here. One change for the randomizer is that these are hints for these. Essentially, this whole room is a lock for the final area of the game.
Yeah, I guess
he's
so.
standing above the final level of the game.
Yeah, and normally you need 12 to finish the game in the vanilla settings, but in the randomizer we can pick and choose with our settings how many are required, and in the tournament settings we only ask for 6. The other 6 in this case are replaced by missile launchers.
Alright, so normally if I were just running in a race, I would wait a while to actually read the hints. But since this is a marathon, let's see what trash garbage toilets we've been handed.
I'm sure that's the only reason. I'm sure that's the only
Well, that's
reason.
a good start.
Nice.
Oh no! No!
Oh my god. Bash, what have you done?
No!
So I'm gonna let this play out for a bit.
Alright, so let's start with the first few here. So Elite Quarters is the home of Omega Pirate. So Omega Pirate is hard required this seed.
Which means he's going to need X-ray visor. One of the it's like the only room in the game that actually hard requires that you have a visor in order to defeat Omega Pirate and obtain his item. It's
2 items, and including PCA.
2 items, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. There's a second item that gets unlocked in the room behind Omega Pirate. Sorry, this is.
Oh no!
I'm trying to balance the. Oh, that happens to me like so much. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
that was very sloppy.
So Diggle, I just want to say I was aiming for a more subtle yet while keeping the equal amount of suffering. Also, cherry on top of the sundae to have flamethrower. The actually best item in the game.
I have made many
this early
mistakes.
on. So
Okay,
you know.
this strat is stupid. Oh god, this is going very wrong already.
Yeah, so it's kind of a double-edged sword with having hints for the artifacts because, on one hand, you're getting a lot of intel on how you're likely going to route the seed. On the other hand, you get it's immediate feedback over like, okay, how bad is this Khazi going to get? And sometimes It's more of the artifacts, which themselves they don't really grant any progression versus the progressive items that that DiggleWarth will be getting. So there's 3 separate beam weapons that he will use. Oh, he's doing this without some items here. This is some brave stuff.
Where am I?
But we are validated though, so
That took a bit longer than I would have liked.
normally this room is locked behind plasma beam. This is one of the few out of bounds that nice, very nicely done.
Thank
Just
you.
a missile though. That's kind of the common thing. With more or less tournament / glitchless logic, Arbor Chamber is a few checks behind it. You're expected to have grapple beam, X-ray visor, space jump boots, and of course plasma for the door.
That's the only out of bounds we're seeing this run, unless something goes very, very wrong.
Yeah, as much as I like doing out of bounds in Prime 2 because of just how much more straightforward things like Torvis navigation gets in that game, I find it a little more volatile in Prime 1. Not to mention all the inbound stuff you can do in Prime 1 is just ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
And I think Diggle should be coming up on the sort of the hub room in Trozo. Gives him intel on 3 items, although he has space jump, so he can effectively clear out this whole room.
Yeah, and space jump, only space jump for
Oh,
everything
nice.
besides the tree isn't logic in the tournament settings. Oh, hey.
Ooh, grabby suit right away. Okay. I tend to get that suit first sometime in like half my runs.
Yeah,
for Prime 1 at least.
It's been pretty
Morphball.
common recently, I feel like.
So Morphball being on that ledge, that's a sort of an opt-in trick that Diggle has enabled, where the logic with that setting turned on expects him to be able to reach pretty much any item in main plaza with only space jump boots.
Bees?
Yeah, very smart. Yeah, bees are war wasps are annoying.
Safety
Like-
save. I'm gonna do
it's
something
not
that's
really
actually
safety
free, but yeah. Better
Wii
safe than
tank
dead.
Chozo can be dangerous, so
It's actually one of the more dangerous areas in the game if you're careless. Scarabs are real killers and will have you dead before you can blink. And everything here does a lot of damage when you don't have any E-tanks, relatively speaking.
yeah, this item that Diggle is coming up on would be the first logical item. Not only just in like the vanilla game, but in like a glitchless setting as well.
Oh no!
so you see him come
Gee!
here.
Heck! I made a mistake. I
Oh, no.
accidentally fell into the hive totem trigger. Welp, I guess I'll just have to leave now from the side door.
Oh
Were you
my.
just trying to show that off?
I'm sorry. Hello?
Wait, you can do it from this?
Yeah, it's not locked.
I knew the other door wasn't locked, but okay,
You can,
Guys,
yeah.
okay, all right.
You
yeah,
can do
I
that
listened
with no
today.
items, actually.
I
You
swear I developed this game or this randomizer. Yeah, I'm Retro Studios. Hi.
yeah, Metroid Prime is a very stable and very finely
Oh.
crafted game.
well, there goes the no damage run.
I am the entirety of the Retro Studios development staff from like 1998 to 2002.
But
Ask
yeah,
me anything.
I only really figured that's actually possible last night. Because if you just screw that up, it's just easier to dash off to the side door you came in. But then I'm like, wait, why would the back door be locked, or the other door out be locked? And as it turns out, it wasn't. You can do that with no items. Oh, there's Varia. All right. But yeah, you can actually escape Hive Totem from that door with no items. If you don't have Morphball or an E-Tank, you're probably gonna die though.
That's encouraging.
Yeah.
Go get Various Suit. Just clip the door because of how broken this game is.
I'll
Totally-
pass.
totally
What the heck?
broken.
That was a weird dash.
But let's go back on the artifacts for a second. So
Let's go on
a
another
couple of
tangent.
yeah, so a couple of other artifacts that you saw Diggle was visibly frustrated to say the least with was Sun Chamber, which is either one of two things. It's either Flagra or the
He's going to have to
ghost
kill
fight
Flagra either
behind
way.
Flagra.
Yep.
And that's 2 out of the 3 major guardians are required. Yeah, arguably the worst of which is Thardis. When you're committing to Omega Pirate, it's pretty. You kind of know whether you're going to commit to fighting OP or not. That's its like acronym name.
Now, with any luck, super missiles will show up before super missiles.
There's
will show
actually
up
one
before-
other thing. There's two ways this deviates from standard tournament logic. I don't have charge beam
Right. That was the thing we decided on for extra suffering points.
Oh my.
because I submitted a very paranoid estimate initially. I'm like, well, that was actually unnecessary. I'm like, so we have some time. What if we just shuffled charge beam?
Yeah, at least it didn't shuffle scan visor like you did earlier this week.
Yeah, and that's actually something that the tournament does as an opt-in. Charge beam by default is shuffled in Prime 1. In Prime 2, which is not this game, you can get it as a starting item, which is neat. Charge beam lets you gives you extra DPS, makes handling enemies.
It makes ghosts not suffering. That's what it does in this game.
True. We're so used to having charge beam as either vanilla placement, or as of this version, a starting item for like tournament / like weekly settings. Not this time. We have to. Because he also found biohazard containment, the best location in the game for an artifact that requires.
This is a lie. It's actually the worst location in the game for an artifact.
Yeah, the reason being is because it is locked by frigate access, which requires, by logic, gravity suit, ice beam, wave beam, and thermal visor. Okay.
So,
Oh, he's had it under control.
At least there's some health drops here.
Alright, just don't pick up that missile and everything will be fine.
Yes, everything will be a-okay.
If I pick it up, the eye lasers will activate and I will die.
Yeah, one subtle thing. How do you have 35 missiles? That's crazy. Remember all the multis we did where we had like 2 missiles per expansion?
I think you did that with DCR. Oh, I don't have spider.
Yes.
Right.
We tried.
As so.
Unable to access magnetic rail system. Don't get the missile.
This is not furnace. We can't just walk up it.
Yeah,
It
so
is
actually,
possible to obtain without spider. It's probably TAS only.
It requires floaty jump. I've gotten it on console like once. Not that it was
jeez.
like horribly hard, but it was dumb.
Nice.
It was very dumb.
Another safety save because...
Yeah. What were the other 3? Like, you had Elite Research, I think, and...
Yeah.
Other things.
The other
Elite
3 were
Research.
tolerable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
Elite
is,
Research, Hall of the Elders,
little
and
respite for Diggle.
yeah, it was Elite Research, Hall of the Elders, and I'm trying to remember what the third one was.
I
but
should have
it's-
done dash.
So with Elite Quarters, Diggle needs to grab quite a few items just to be able to access that room anyways, but he's going to have to go out of his way to find X-Ray Visor, which...
Yeah, that's a big offender. That
X-Ray doesn't lock much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it can be pretty
thermal-
much anywhere, unfortunately.
Yeah, like X-Ray primarily blocks like the way to Elite Quarters, and like 2 other like smaller rooms elsewhere in the game. It's primarily for blocking lower phase-on mines access, which I think is taken into account, but because we need it anyways, like it's not.
Yeah.
That part becomes a little more irrelevant. Best boss in the game right here. It's an auto-scroller that can just lose you time. And it's
Yeah.
speedrunning. Fantastic.
We call him Zoid.
I should be actually careful here. In case
Yeah,
you can
these
get
are-
pinned by the flames, and that could kill me right now.
This robot tower thing is actually one of the former Retro Studios developers, David Zoid Kirsch. That is his in-game avatar, whether he likes it or not.
Yeah, Zoid is responsible for both this and something else we'll have to see later down the road in Lower Mines, probably.
I make no
Not
promises.
Oh, okay. So this fight does take a little bit of time, but there are 2 just items that you can get for virtually free here.
Yeah, we should
For the
also-
low price of suffering.
Yeah.
Oh.
Definitely not going to be a common thread you'll see here.
Hey, we should explain
yeah.
movement tech in this game for people who haven't
Yeah.
seen this game before.
Can I do the honors?
Sure.
Okay, so imagine that you're like a superhuman. You can run as fast as Usain Bolt, and you can jump as high as Olympic. You're an Olympic level like triple jumper / long jumper. Now imagine that your head is screwed on at a 90-degree angle, and you have Metroid Prime in a nutshell.
Basically, there's no sideways speed cap. That's the short, boring version of what Bash is saying.
Yeah, it's a combination of that and this game is like a side hop technique, like in Ocarina of Time, when you because there's a lock-on system and we can abuse that by
Letting go of the lock-on button.
Yeah, if you just let go of the lock-on, like just after the dash begins, you just keep that speed. And since you're going sideways and there's no speed cap when you're going sideways, you just maintain that speed.
Yep.
For reference, Samus walks at around 11.8 speed. Samus rolls and morph ball at a top speed of around 20. When you're scan dashing or dashing or just doing a sideways dash jump, you're moving at around, I would say, 35-ish speed.
Wow.
A little bit slower than boost ball, but since there's no boost ball yet, and boost ball has limited effectiveness. Like if you're in smaller rooms, you'll get those bursts of speed, but then you'll hit a wall or something.
Yeah. Dashing
That's
is
why-
busted.
No.
Yeah, that's why.
Usain Bolt with his head twisted a little bit. Just a
Yeah,
little
that's
bit.
why.
Oops, I forgot
that's
what
why
room I was
Space
in.
Jump- That's why Space Jump First is such a is such a big thing we do in the start of the runs, because we take advantage of that lack of a sideways speed cap to get onto the top of the ledge that would normally need in vanilla for you to go all the way to Fendrana to get boost ball and then backtrack all the way to town. But nope, we just scan dash.
And then what Diggle just did a few seconds ago is a enabled trick. That's an opt-in. Normally you need Spider Ball, but that specific track is at like an 89-degree angle.
Oh
and
no, I hate
just
this.
so works out that there's a couple of standable points of collision on it that you can either stand on, or with the bomb jump that Diggle showed off, he's an 80%. That's an 80% practice coming into play. It skips Spider Ball, which you will definitely not see as a common theme in Prime 1 runs of any kind, even randomizers.
Come on.
This
Okay,
was
one
a
more
little
go.
precise.
This is actually pretty dumb. I'm not going to
Yeah.
lie.
It's kind of a leap of faith. I tend to roll to the left.
I
and hope that
tried
I'm
to
close
and I
enough.
failed.
Yeah.
Oh god, this thing is also not having it right now. Spider Ball's totally going to be in Furnace, and I'm just gonna cry.
Oh right, you didn't go to the other item.
Yeah,
the
okay, there we go.
in logic item. Well, actually no, these are both in logic. Very nice.
Yeah.
Well done.
There we go.
I like to do, so I could have gotten the lower Furnace item first, but since I don't have Wave or Ice Beam, I can't go farther into Chozo Depths, so unless I get those items here. Okay, not either, so we're fine.
Oh,
So
we
yeah.
got the other best item of the game that totally isn't skipped in a Prime 1 speedrun.
Yep. But yeah, so I just do it like that because it's faster than doing it the other way around, and I'm only punished if Wave or Ice Beam is down there. With Grapple Beam, that's... I can go to the other side of Magma Pool, I guess.
If you have pre-protection.
Which
Oh,
to be fair,
well-
isn't logic.
Oh
be fair,
yeah,
we
I
know where
can
that
get
is.
Varia. Alright. Instead, what I'm going
Oh
to
yeah,
do...
we found that.
Yeah.
We found it together. It's a team effort, even though I'm not playing the game at all.
Spider Ball. I should probably mark my tracker real quick.
Yeah, another thing on Prime Tech that I guess we should just like outright clear up as well is that if it looks like you can stand on it, you can stand on it, and if it doesn't look like you can stand on it, you can stand on it anyway.
I did actually say yes to the save, right?
You pulled a me. You pulled a me. I mean, you have 2 E-tanks. I think you'll be okay.
Yeah. Oh, well, that happened. I kind of just sort of
believe you pressed
launched
yes.
forward. I would
believe
like,
you
what would I
pressed
do?
yes.
Press B and then A? I mean, that sounds like something I would do, but I probably saved. I mean, I shouldn't die.
Out of internet VODs, I could go check whether DiggleWarth in fact saved at the save station.
Anyways, so that wasn't in logic. No, wait, this is... Okay, the trick I did wasn't in logic, but that trick is completely irrelevant since I have scan anyway, so I don't know what I'm talking about.
It provides catharsis for anyone watching who their parents or some authority figures like, you can't do this, and like, well, I'm doing it anyway. Dad.
Yeah, so it turns out that wall's not high enough that a double bomb jump can't circumvent, unless it's trilogy.
All right, Diggle, you ready to hear some breaking news?
I saved.
You did not press no at the save station.
Thanks, Bash.
Hang on a
Here's
minute.
Swell.
I'm figuring this out.
He pressed yes. He
Okay.
pressed yes.
That's what I was leaning towards, but had to be absolutely sure.
2 nuts, or equivalently 2 wrongs, of course make it right. This is Flagra. It is
A
a very
boss.
fast in-game time boss.
Yeah, this boss would be tolerable if these cutscenes were skippable.
Yeah, look at all this in-game time not running because of the cutscene.
Unfortunately, you can't skip these cutscenes. This
That
is
dash was
Flogro.mp4,
flog.
my least favorite movie of 2001. No, 2, my bad.
Bruh, you call yourself a Metroid Prime fan?
On occasion.
Name all the Prime numbers.
I mean, no, I'm not making that joke.
Oh, I completely forgot which... Okay, I guess we're doing the safe strat there. I completely forgot which bomb slot I was on. By the by, those aren't actually bomb slots. They're just damage triggers. The only bomb slot you actually have to use is the first one. But otherwise, there's just damage triggers weak to bombs damage. That extends quite a bit outside what you would think.
Yeah, I think there's something with how that fight works on a mechanics or like programming level where that first bomb slot isn't hit, then you can't actually kill it or something.
I think it's like it must actually trigger the other bomb slots. All right, Small Mercies. It's an artifact.
Ooh, it's a big blue rotating cipher thing.
So I could theoretically skip Ghosts right now.
Yeah.
However.
So for the lore of this game with the Chozo artifacts, these lock the final level of the game. It's actually Samus's apartment, and she got locked out of it, but she needs 6 keys to get back into her apartment. So we found one of them. There are 5 more that she has to find. But I mean, who knows? Luckily her apartment has this security system that just tells her where they are.
This is the stupidest trick in the game, by the way.
This trick kills your 90% route if you fail it. If you're doing
there are harder tricks for sure, but this trick is the dumbest. You just hold up left into a wall and you bomb jump up like that.
It's actually more punishing than it is hard.
That was pretty wild.
It was very clean. Nicely done.
Thank you.
Golf clap. So I know I made Captain and arguably DiggleWarth die inside with my intelligent commentary. I just want to point out that Captain is specifically here to provide intelligent discussion. I'm here to be the void that counteracts that. There's a balance that is made.
So
you have no charge beam. That's right.
Yeah, I don't. So ordinarily, in any percent, you would just stunlock the ghost to death. However, I get to this oh no, stop that! I just get to mash. I get to throw lemons forever.
Ooh, would you like does chat want a technical explanation of this fight?
Well,
mechanics explanation?
I can do both.
So, Captain, how many charge shots does it take to get to the center of the Chozo Ghost?
Several. For perspective, usually it takes about a super and a little more after to take them out, but a super missile does 180 damage. Charge beam at fully charged does 50. A lemon does 2.
And the Chozo Ghost, I believe, have exactly 200.
That is correct.
Yeah.
They have exactly 200.
Super missile and charge shot.
Die!
So, this room in particular is the worst if you don't have charge beam, because there are 4 ghosts in here.
3.
Or sorry, 3. There are 3 ghosts in here.
Oh no, this room doesn't need to be any worse than it is, Bash.
You have to give them 100 lemons.
Each.
You're giving them all the Italian ingredients for a nice Italian dish.
If I had X-ray, this would be infinitely more tolerable because I could keep lock-ons. Instead,
I'm so happy.
I'm sure you are. I'm sure I'm going to receive 5 missiles as my reward for a job well done.
Well,
I mean,
unfortunately,
you're playing it safe with the routing. I respect that in a marathon.
Because this trick is, or not this trick, this check is actually awful if you skip it after doing Flagra, because then you need Spider and Supers and also Charge Beam to get back up here anyways. So if like Phazon Suit is up here, that's a big oof.
Yeah, after you give them enough lemons, they thank you for your patronage and your hospitality, and they just kind of ascend to
Die. No!
A higher,
No!
more Italian plane of existence.
This sucks.
In actuality, you're freeing their corrupted souls because they've been corrupted by Phazon. You know, the scourge
Why
of
aren't
the
you
galaxy
dead?
that we actually.
Where are you?
That we...
Speaking of sucks, did you know that the charge beam sucks in item refills? when you use
Yes! No, why aren't you dead? Die!
had-
Oh my one Sundero!
Nani? Oh no.
Oh, what the heck?
my God.
We like to have a good time here, except for when we're suffering.
I mean, it was you who coined the term echoes as suffering, to be fair.
Yes.
it?
Yes.
Who knew that it wasn't just echoes that's suffering?
Not anymore.
I mean, this is just like this is a tug of war. Like, I've gotten some DiggleWarth seeds and echoes where it's like all bosses, and I find out that it's all bosses like 2 hours in. Like, this is honestly like familiar territory at this point for I think the two of us.
I mean, Diggle's about to enter Magmore, so you would think that's about where half, as of 2.5 especially, half the power-ups are going to be, right?
Actually, 25 minutes in is not too bad for a Chozo visit, because, reminder, DiggleWrath, not to, like, necessarily DiggleWrath and Captain, because, I mean, we're just all here, suffering together, but, Chozo has the most items in any region in this game. There are 35 items out of the 100 available item locations, specifically in Chozo, with a lot of them in early location spots. So it's you're kind of going on vacation in Chozo Ruins. Not necessarily the best idea to go on vacation here for a little bit.
That is a good question, though. If Samus makes a vacation here, when Talon 4 inevitably blows up, is she going to have to lose that vacation home?
Probably.
I mean, I thought like canonically she actually saved Talon.
I'm sure Aquaman will buy her
From-
house anyways.
Yeah. Also, that door behind the ledge that he just jumped off of, it's like the weirdest door in the game. It's like the only one that's permanently locked from one side, and the randomizer changes it so you can. Well, it's an optional setting where it just gets enabled. It's pretty nice for the routing
nice
options that are
boop.
available.
Alright, I'm very sad if Wave Beam isn't exactly Ruined Gallery.
Good. That boop was so good.
Oh my.
Boop the Beetle's snoot. It's just a puppy.
Oh no, so forget crash sites in Logic. Whatever, it's probably nothing. Famous last words, of course. I think a sneaky,
That's any Prime Runner, to be quite honest.
oh, come on. One of the sneaky beneficiaries of the, because 2.5 has a slightly different item balancing algorithm. I think it was 2.3 that I was introduced in. This was nothing, right? Basically,
2.3 I'd worked on it. I think 2.5 or 2.4 was when the current iteration of the balancing algorithm was put in.
Okay. So basically, each item has an equal chance to be in any given area, not just by checks, by literally by area.
Like Chozo Ruins, Talon Overworld.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if there's like
Magmar.
only one check open in like say Mines, and there's 12 open in Magmar, which I think is more checks than Magmar, but hush.
Yeah. I used to not do that.
Yeah, this was to try and balance out some issues in early versions of 2.0 where Chozo would be super front-loaded. That ended up getting fixed independently because there was some Bash had refactored the logic completely, and there were some logic bugs. The most notable of which was Gathering Hall was a one-way exit.
Or yeah, that was the case.
I think it also had something to do with Furnace as well.
Yeah,
You
like
didn't have Ice
first
Beam.
exits to Gathering Hall weren't properly done, and then like for some reason I like typoed at like 2 in the morning I think when I did this and had Hall of the Elders just go straight to like Energy Core so it didn't even like consider furnace.
Hmm. Yeah.
Not my finest moment. Hey, we're in Magmar Caverns.
When we were when the Prime tournament had started, it kind of ended up being almost like the first several weeks ended up being sort of like a Prime tournament league, where every week the logic kept on shuffling between easy and hard seeds. Like weeks 2 and 3 were essentially considered like all the seeds were practically jet because everything was in show zone. And after week 4 or 5, that's when things started to change out again. So it kind of felt like we were having a league here.
Shout outs though to the very first race of the tournament being 3 hours with one of the worst seeds of the tournament.
Oh yeah.
A unicorn, if you will.
That was bad, to say the least, that seed.
Yeah.
I mean,
First,
honestly, this Prime 1 stuff is refreshing for me. I haven't really played Prime 1 in quite some time, which, I mean, I used to be all over that game, from development to running 80%.
And then Echoes happened.
And then I got into Echoes. I'm like, this game's all right, but I like Prime 1 more. And then it grew on me, and then it grew on me.
yeah,
And now all 3 games have a randomizer, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And Corruption just got a randomizer like last week or 2.
about 10 days ago or so, something like that.
Still in its very early stages, but it
Yeah.
is so cool to see it working.
Yeah, we've been talking about it for years, and it's finally happened. Anyways, I'm probably going on E-Tanks now. I'm comfortable with this many E-Tanks for final
You're
bosses.
gonna have all 3 suits.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
4 pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because suits, the way suits are normally handled in Prime is that once you pick up suits, grant damage resistance on top of their, elemental properties, and with various suit, you get 10%, gravity 20, phase-on 50. Normally, once you get phase-on, you're up to 50, and that's all she wrote for defense for the rest of the game. But in these settings, we have it set so that suits are cumulatively, progressively damage resistant. So one suit is 10%.
Rude Powerbomb. That's the first Powerbomb of the seed, and it's there.
Oh my.
Since we're using progressive damage reduction, it's going to be based on the number of suits. And since DiggleWarth has all 3, or will have all 3 by the end of the game, because phase-on suit is the only one that's actually hard required to beat the final boss.
I don't need this. I'll be back here later when I have a Powerbomb.
But you need phase-on suit. Oh, you meant the other.
I meant the E-Tank.
The energy tank.
What if every item just looked like a flamethrower or an energy tank?
Or a corrupted suit texture.
Yeah, it's the best part.
And then you find Charge Beam in landing site like an hour and a half into the seed. And you're
Remember
very
Echoes
sad.
when Shuffled charge beam used to
Ooh.
look like an energy transfer module. What is that? Ooh, that looks like a little something speedy.
Fast.
It sure is.
So I used to think that Morph Ball and Boost Ball use the same exact item model, and technically that's true. Boost Ball is actually smaller than Morph Ball's item model.
Yeah,
and it took
just
me
a
like
smidge.
2.5 years to realize that after I forget who told me, but I'm just like, oh yeah, that's right. Or wow, yeah, you're right.
Which is weird though, because in Corruption, some item
Where am I?
pickups
There
have
we go.
different model sizes. Like I think in the path to Generator B, the item in that not Generator B, Generator A, the item in that tunnel is ginormous by comparison for some reason.
Okay, I guess I'm not picking this up. Vanilla Race Tank. I have no beams, and I'm very
Shout out to
concerned.
Dr. Swallman for getting the Research Lab Aether tank instead of this tank in his runs. I don't understand, but it's his run. I guess.
I do that too now, I'll have you know.
I mean, I guess they lose like a tiny equal amount of time. I mean,
Race Tank is faster to pick up, actually. Or, I'm sorry, Labs Tank is faster to pick up. And Race Tank is much slower.
dang, sounds like I'm changing up my strategy then.
I mean, it makes sense because Lab Tank only needs one missile to the capsule. The Race Tank needs several double bomb jumps.
Yeah, and you're already waiting a little bit anyways, I think, because of Calvin. Okay. Oh, this all sucks.
So with the vanilla like layout of elevators and such, which can be shuffled in Prime 1 randomizer,
And 2.
Magmar acts kind of as a gateway for, or it's like a hub for a variety of regions, but it's also like sort of the logical walk behind getting to Phendrana.
Yeah, there's like 5 elevators total in Magmore.
Yeah. Which, I mean, if Vendrana's not that much higher up than Magmor, I'm surprised that, like, there's ice caps and stuff. Like, it's a complete temperature shift.
Yeah, for all we know,
Oh,
Samus could
no,
actually
I
be on
missed.
the elevator for several minutes longer.
Oh, I missed.
That dash is a little bit difficult. That's
I've never done that dash. That's a.
Oh no! I'm throwing for content apparently.
Oh! He actually was on the ledge for like a few frames. And
Yeah,
then
you can tell because I lost control of the fall. All right, Insanity is going for the same thing and expecting a different result. Anyways, what?
Plasma first.
Okay, well, don't ask questions what happened there because I don't have answers. This has been a terrible canyon. Let us never speak of it again.
Best beam first. So not having charge won't be nearly as bad.
Yeah, I mean the worst part of chargeless has already been done, unfortunately, with Sun Chamber Ghosts. Yeah. All right, so getting plasma here is actually really good because now I can get a bunch of ice checks that I couldn't before, like this one.
Oh yeah, I could just stand on the Shigoth. It's fine.
Yeah, it's actually one of my favorite tricks in the game because of how stupid it is. You just stand on the Shigoth. Whoops.
There's a sloped bit of terrain in like a corner of the room that you can jump off of to gain extra height. And I used to do that, but it was like kind of inconsistent for me. And then I saw Venmi, twitch.tv/Venmisa. I got the things confused. I apologize. She was doing 100% stuff, and she does that to climb the room. I'm just like, whoa, what?
Oh, that's a good
Oh
item.
my goodness, that's
Pretty much
unfair.
exploded. That exploded Vendrana wide
you have to
open.
put that back. It's too fast.
But yeah, Wave Beam, Wave Beam is like the beginning of mid game because it locks off most of the game. Also, excuse me, jump.
Yeah, Wave Beam. There's so many doors that Wave Beam locks.
Yeah.
Or just there's a lot of areas that Wave Beam locks because of some cleverly placed doors.
Yeah, this pretty much puts all of, excuse me, upper labs into logic, and with plasma in tow, even control towers in logic.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, pretty much entirety of labs now is good to go.
There's one item that he can't do without Super Zan charge. Normally,
Fair enough, right?
Normally
Hydra.
we start with charge because it's like it makes supers like kind of its own item that you have to find to unlock that access. But with charge shuffle, that's 2 items now that you have to get. And because charge doesn't lock really that much, like charge doesn't really lock any major access to other rooms in the game. That means that charge, as well as super missiles, can kind of be placed in a lot of places in the game world.
Oh God, I was supposed to. All right, I'm trying. Oh, excuse me. Hello. There we go.
Yeah,
I was
do it
attempting.
time for the throw for content. Let's go.
roll shotting would not be a thing until echoes, and only in echoes.
I was attempting to overlap that cutscene. I was just taking a very long time in doing so. So I could go to labs after this, and I probably should, but I don't have Ice Beam, and if I don't find ice there, that's a one-way door. Like, because there's an
That's
Ice
all the
Beam
way
door at
back
the
to
very
the
end of
game.
labs that if you don't have ice, you just get to backtrack out. And so what you see people do is they'll save in
Courtyard.
yeah, courtyard, that room.
That was a missile back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, generally if it's like a reddish orange glow, it's a missile. Unless it's something that I haven't seen yet because I barely played Prime 1.
It could be charge beam.
I was gonna say it could be shiny. What shiny missiles? What are those?
Blue.
Do tell. Oh well, yeah, but I was gonna say do tell.
Yeah. So we decided to make this game like Pokemon, where a missile expansion has a 1 in 1024 chance of being shiny instead of its normal color. It's just a cosmetic thing, but you know, people like the shinies.
It's a cool moment to find one on stream and otherwise terrible
light-
seed.
It's a light blue. I believe with the math, it's like around 1 in 40 games, assuming you like full clear every seed. It probably becomes like 1 in every 80 if you're getting like half the missiles.
Or half the checks
I would say
period.
roughly.
Oh,
Or
man.
sorry, it would take around 80 randomizer playthroughs
Ah,
if you're
fair.
not getting if you're getting like half the missiles available.
Should have just landed on the platform, but I boosted out. Oh my god, I hate this room. This room is a real killer for me, honestly. It's actually kind of embarrassing. Oh god, it's happening.
For me, it's the second jump onto the rock above the door. That does it in for me. I tried to like not look at the pipe to get the first jump done, because that jump's consistent if I can look at it, but since I don't always look at what you're doing, or since I don't always have the gift of spatial awareness in Prime, which thankfully you kind of get in Echoes, since moving sideways doesn't really matter.
Alright.
Except for a few cases.
So what you're saying is Ruined Courtyard got patched with Trilogy Collision.
Sure.
Yeah, Trilogy patched out a lot of these surfaces, so rather than standing on them, you sort of slope down as though they were just sharp angles.
I guess my point was, like, if you're moving sideways a lot, and as you get more comfortable with like how the terrain's laid out, generally I'm not always looking like at platforms and other bits of collision that I can stand on or jump to. In Echoes, that's less of a concern because I'm not really doing sideways movement that much, or they're very controlled like bits of movement, whereas in Prime it's like parkour moving sideways.
Yeah, the amount of parkour you can get in Prime 1 is just absolutely mind-boggling sometimes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of movement tech where you can bunny hop into stuff and like conserve your momentum. Really makes this game stand out in particular for speedrunning.
Yeah, this game is very difficult and punishing, but it's so fun to just go fast. Oh god, this room is honestly one of the most difficult in the game to do fast. Because you can do like this. Because you just get knocked around so much. Oh, and I don't have X-ray. If I had X-ray, I could peek the I promise there is a super missile tank behind me that I never looked at. But
yeah, there is a camera trick you can do, but it's very precise.
Does it even work with that? I thought it would only work with...
It does. You have to morph like moving forwards at a certain angle.
Oh, I was too far back.
Here's the dash that is a bit of trouble for a lot of newcomers. It really forces you to nail down your B press so that you can get
there we go.
Oh, interesting dash angle.
Hey, I guess we're not resetting out of here.
Oh
my goodness, nope. Is that a little orb? Is that an orb?
It sure is.
Ash, you generated the seed. I don't want to hear it.
I was about to say, yeah.
All right.
I mean, I've looked at the spoiler log in like a few hours, so...
Just gonna move the goalpost up, I guess.
I was about to say, I'm not sure whether to be scared or excited.
Dashing powerful.
Oh,
well,
yes.
imagine you're playing like a horror game. Are you kind of feeling both at the same time?
Yeah, but I don't exactly want to be feeling one of them.
Yeah, just imagine this is like, you know, like a Resident Evil game.
No, the camera angle isn't fixed. I would have to go do IS and do something bad.
No, this is just Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. It's a ROM hack.
Thonk.
Resident Evil 7.1 Biohazard Containment.
So this jump that DiggleWarth just did...
Are you...
Oh, well, yeah.
So what was supposed to... This wasn't supposed to happen. Apparently my pinky toe grazed the top of the fight trigger for this. And now we get to kill 9 dudes. Yeah,
there's this trigger that's kind of tall, but you can jump over it by... and it's just in front enough of the door that you can sort of slide into the room and jump directly in front of the door and avoid it. I actually tend to move to the side now because I've triggered that fight so much. What's bad about triggering this fight is the door's locked, so you have to kill all these pirates and it wastes time.
Yeah, I usually jump... when I played Trilogy, I jumped to the side because, yeah, this is one of the few tricks that was not patched out in Trilogy.
No, get away from those boxes. I need those. There's another one somewhere.
It's alright, folks. These boxes aren't nearly as magical as the ones in Sonic 06.
Also, I like how this room's called Control Tower, yet there are 2 towers.
We can fix that.
Well,
yeah.
I would have been concerned if one of them had like a glowing eyeball, but luckily Phantoon is not in this game, so... None of that Lord of the Rings nonsense here.
Dang it, I was gonna say, oh, no. Yeah, so the West Tower.
Let's do something. I'm gonna do something completely unnecessary here.
Yeah. So there's 2 towers. The West Tower is called Orthanc, and the East Tower in this game is called Dol Guldur.
Come on.
Oh, you're doing the thing.
I'm doing the thing.
Oh, he's doing the thing.
The thing.
Oh, you have more ball bombs. Oh, you did the inbound. Oh. Oh, wait. Oh, you're just going back in that. Oh, right. That's how it works.
Yeah, you can get out of there without bombs.
Yeah, you can just go out of bounds too. Prime 1 out of bounds is risky. Sometimes.
Yeah.
It's not as friendly as Echoes is, unless you're playing Prime Wii.
Oh, what?
Yeah, because
Prime Wii or the trilogy version, the Wii version.
Apparently my missile exploded like 2 feet before the cage.
Normally there's like a cool cutscene here because this is like the first Metroid you see in this game. It's like, whoa, there's Metroids.
Is that what we're calling them now?
Yeah.
Completely vanilla research lab Aether.
Oh wow. That's so good.
Bye. Alright, Ice Beam here, let's go.
Yeah. So actually that cutscene was still in the randomizer for like however many years, and then finally
Oh, whoops.
I worked up the courage to
Alright.
work on a patch or change and got that working.
I'm
I
not
have too much
gonna
energy.
lie. I'm not gonna lie. I seriously thought, Bash, that you would let Ice Beam go in that research core.
You know,
I seriously thought that was actually going to happen.
This is a reset for efficiency's sake to backtrack
Yeah.
halfway out of labs
Yeah,
since we
there's
found
a-
Spider.
yeah, there's 2 save stations. Ideally, you take the first save station that's outside of lab in the front. But because
Excuse me.
he saved for content, we'll get to see a little bit more labs before he heads out. But yeah, it's a one-way trip. It's a dead end at this point without Ice Beam. So
Yep.
he has to go back.
At least it won't be pitch black.
Yeah.
You would think of all the things on Samus's arm cannon, a flashlight would be included one of these days, right?
What is this, Doom 3? Ow.
The best one, from what I've heard.
Oh no, are we gonna start arguing about the quality of the various Dooms games? Oh no, we can't have that here.
Count me out on that one. I have no knowledge.
Oh, where are you? Why are you under the platform?
I could reference the Doom movie because I didn't realize that Carl Urban was like the main character in that movie, and he played a Lord of the Rings character at the same time. So now we're back in the Lord of the Rings territory.
Oh no.
All right,
Helm's
that's
Deep right
been
now.
Metroid Prime Randomizer, folks. Hope you enjoyed it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so that effectively.
Oh no, I reset. Oh, so we lost Fusion Suit. It's whatever. We never got to see Puke Suit anyways.
Well, it doesn't matter
Oh.
because you got Gravity Suit before Various Suit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, at least the folks at home get to see a little bit of both. Technically, it's more content. You can't.
This is
if you're the folks at home, you can't complain that much.
This is the true reason why the estimate is generous, so we can menu back and turn on Fusion Suit again.
Maybe I want to cosplay as a traffic cone. Don't judge. Alright, so one of the sneaky benefits of resetting is that Control Tower fight is no longer done. And Control Tower has a weird layer change associated with it in a monitor station back in Magmore. The large room right before the elevator I used to take here. Please stop getting caught on things. For some reason, the Control Tower fight activates a layer change that replaces all the turrets with, Oh,
More flying pirates.
Did I go over there? Yeah, I did. Right. Okay. I forgot if I did Vanilla Wave or not. Why that layer change is on the Control Tower fight and not on picking up the Thermal Visor item in Research Core is a mystery.
Yeah, because I think there's some other changes that are associated with Thermal Visor specifically being picked up. And
Yeah, you think they would lump it
that's
all
just
in one
the-
place, but Metroid because Prime.
also, if I could point out something, I guess this is a true Metroid playthrough after all, because you did open the map to see where you were going, where things were.
No, strictly speaking, I opened the map to see if I had already been somewhere. I knew where I was going, probably. Alright, so at this point, I'm just gonna go back to the town overworld with my wave beam.
Yeah, it's effectively cleaned up as much as you could in
Yeah.
this area.
Get the
Yeah,
two
there's,
odd checks I missed there. Oh, I looked at landing site and I don't remember what it is, so it's probably missiles.
It was an E-Tank, actually.
Oh, it was? Alright, well, we'll pick that up since it's roughly free.
Shoutouts to missing landing site at the very end of 100% run.
Oh my.
Oh no.
It's okay though, because I always miss a missile in echoes in like the weirdest places.
I think when I did the last time I like did 100% on like Trilogy, I missed an item everywhere. It's like I think in Prime 1 I missed MQA and Ruined Shrine bomb item.
Oh no.
Bombable tunnel.
That's really funny
Prime
that
2
you
I
mentioned
missed. Yeah, Prime 2 I missed Crossroads, I think, and something else I just can't remember where. Prime 3 I missed Brio Ice Missile. Not Ice Missile, E-Tank.
Oh, and Bureau Ice, yeah, I missed that one my first playthrough. My 100% playthrough, my last missile expansion, upper
There we
range
go.
shrine item on the
Wow.
half pipe. I looked everywhere to see what I missed, and I'm like, what? I missed this?
Just download.
Alright, so
the
that's how
Elysium
Root Cave
app-
is roughly supposed to go when you don't screw it up immediately.
Hey, that missile you got is almost in logic now, back in Arbor Chamber.
Yeah, it only needs X-ray visor.
But you're still a cheater, so it's fine.
Oi!
I mean, isn't that really the heart and soul of Metroid series, is cheating the pants off of the game?
Ooh. Shout out to this room, Waterfall Cavern. I never really looked up what this room is called.
This room has a name?
Yeah.
You wouldn't know that most of the time unless you were playing something like One Way Elevator.
Oops, I should have done a dash here. Oh my god, Ice was here?
Wait, what?
Oh my!
Oh my god.
Wow, I actually would have been rewarded if I came here, dang.
Well, that.
Yeah, that- This is another one of those, like, you can come here with just missiles, and then there's a scan dash you can do.
Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Overgrown Cavern up here, and then I'm just going to go through Frigate. I don't have supers or charged, but I've... Oh, frick. Yeah.
So
By the
this
way,
is
this is supposed to be, you're not supposed to be able to do this. This is supposed to just be a one-way down from this door, but there's actually like 7 different ways to climb this room. It's great. I love it.
What do you mean you can just stand on stuff?
I mean, Prime 1 Collision. If it looks like you can stand on it, you can stand on it.
Ooh.
But yeah, no. Every time you found out all the ways to do Frigate Crash Site Climb, another one comes along and says, "Nope,
Yeah,
you've got more to learn, buddy."
it's great.
So this is the Crash Space Pirate Frigate. This is the tutorial level that we did not do this randomizer
Yeah,
playthrough.
plot hole. How did this ship get here?
Oh no, there's a Space Pirate data scan that we missed.
Darn.
Also, wait, you don't have thermal visor. How do you know where you're gonna go?
A ghost will guide me.
The ghost of Bashed Prime.
The ghost of...
Disembodied voice speaking through the internet.
It's a ghost of Adam from Other M.
No, not yet. We're not that. We're not at that point of the timeline.
Oh my god.
Okay.
He died in another timeline, then went back in time as a ghost.
You can hear the audio, listen for audio cues to make sure that you're hitting the thermal conduits. Two open doors, of course.
Yeah. Normally you can only see them and log on to them with your hitboxes are
Yeah.
always active.
All right,
and
hush for a moment. This room is really dumb for some reason, because you can be pointed toward the conduit and still miss because of the pattern of
Yeah, it spreads out kind of far.
I think it's how close you are. And that room is pretty small.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, I should have
The
gotten
hit-
that one. Another
Yeah,
one.
Hitbox.
Got it.
The hitbox would be way easier to hit if you had charge. To be fair.
Yeah.
True. Just charge 4 head.
Instead, terrible life decisions.
But yeah, we're coming up here on biohazard containment, so we can't get this until we get charge and supers.
Worst check in the game. This requires so many items, at least
least we
2
know
of
what
which
it
are
is.
very uncommon. Supers and gravity. I probably hit that.
Shoutouts to when, shoutouts to your race a couple of weeks ago where you where you had supers in the Hydro Access Tunnel with plasma back there?
Yeah, I didn't see in that order. I saw plasma first. You can actually peek, even if you don't have X-ray, the tank isn't like perfectly sealed, so you can actually just look inside and see the item. And I screamed bloody murder when I saw that. Good thing my mic was muted.
And then I imagine immediate rejoicing after you found super missiles.
Yes, yes.
Frigate's one of those things where it's like, yeah, there's 3 checks here, but with the cutscenes and just the linear movement and
Yeah.
To be fair, backwards frigate isn't that bad.
Backwards frigate is the way to do this, and I probably should have just done that if that's what was going to be my plan, but I think this cuts down elevator
I don't think
rides.
the routing changes too much, because you would end up back here anyways, regardless.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. There's... Yeah.
yeah, this is the main, like, gravity suit check in the whole game. There's a couple more, but...
It's very easy to skip gravity, and well, fairly easy, I should say.
Now, even this room, you can skip gravity. It just sucks.
Well, yeah, but in the other gravity checks, it's fairly easy to skip them.
Yeah.
You can skip gravity here too, and all of frigate, both ways even. It's really dumb, especially doing reverse frigate.
Yeah, Hydro Access Tunnel is like probably the worst room. and
No,
then
it's
finding-
if you're doing reverse frigate, it's that vertical room right before it, because it's completely unintuitive how you climb it. It involves getting a reposition, like you get stuck, float up for a bit and get a reposition. What the heck? That keeps happening where I do attempt to do an R jump, and I seem to like change which way I'm moving mid-air, which shouldn't happen when you're pressing R. I don't know.
Maybe you change your angle before you pressed R.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. But hey, we found Wave Buster, so now we can still kill Flogger without the bombs.
What are we gonna find first? All charge combos or charge beam?
All charge combos.
Neither. It's just multiple expansions.
Oh, shoot.
All the way down.
Why did I come in here? Why did I want missile expansion number 17?
17.
Alright, time for the worst room in the game. Oh, no it isn't! I don't have a power bomb still! Alright, good talk.
All right, well,
I am
just
so...
about to-
Usually you find a
so
power bomb by
surprised.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the
Crazy.
longest. We've had a seed in the tournament where it was Powerbomb Go mode too. Like
Yeah,
this
there
is
are
the first
5
time that's happened.
There are 5 power bomb drops, or sorry, just items in Prime 1.
One of them's in
And,
Shore Tunnel. It is locked by a power bomb.
And with these settings, it's possible that power bombs are your first logical way of breaking some bombable stuff.
Yep.
Before you even get bombs. So, but that did not happen this time around. Actually, not something I really intended for this, like the kind of like seed I had in mind.
Fine.
But I mean, I'll take it.
Oh my. Well,
French vanilla.
told you it was gonna be all charge combos.
Just need supers and that's that.
I can't believe you have all the other 3.
I can. This happens so often.
Ice spreader in its icy
Oh
vanilla
no,
location.
okay. So you know Sun Chamber Ghosts? Well, let's do it again. It is actually infinitely better because there's only one in the rooms tolerable.
And it moves. It tends to like be visible more often than
Yeah.
not. Like, very limited places it can move to.
Mm-hmm. Maybe. There we go. Yeah, like that. Because it only moved like 10 feet, it became visible immediately. I even get to keep my lock on.
I think one thing that's been nice about this seed so far is that you've generally been able to full clear a lot of the places you've already been to. There's not really a need to double dip in a lot of the rooms you've been to.
Yeah. Now, if I were actually planning, I could have overlapped the death cutscene with this right here. I didn't. I wasn't planning. It's much harder to do with without charge beam, because with charge beam we just fire like 3 or 4 charge shots and that's good enough. But without charge, you just like you would actually have to count up to like 95 or something.
Speed counting.
Count me out on that. Well, quite literally. Count me out on that one. I realized what I said as I was saying it.
Oh.
Oh yeah, this is a Chozo artifact. Number 2.
Yep. But
Yeah.
we can check Elbow Chamber, to be fair.
Yes. Yeah. Now, revisiting regions tends to happen in randomizers. So like when I talk about double dipping for stuff, that's generally not a huge concern. But how efficient you are and if you're taking risk with like knowing that you might skip maybe some worse checks for the sake of potentially saving time over like an opponent during a race.
Typically
That's where
Flagra.
things can spiral.
Yeah.
Flagra is one of them. Yes.
Yeah, it really depends on what you're double dipping for. Like, it can
Alright,
be really painful
supers.
if you're double dipping for just one item, for example.
Backwards. I respect that.
It wasn't supers. I'm very sad. I called it and it didn't happen. I can't believe the 1 in like 60 chance didn't happen.
I miss going to this room so often if I'm doing like backwards Chozo.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
When it's just like a little bit out of the way, even though it's right there.
Oh, I shouldn't have. I should have just kept going backwards. I guess it doesn't matter too much.
Isn't this like a really early missile now in Prime Hundo with the new route or something?
I don't know. I don't run that yet.
Well, you should. No.
I mean, I will one day. All right, so there's some random checks in Chozo I can get to now.
Oh, that's right.
With
Upper Dynamo.
Wave, yeah, and Upper Dynamo. Yeah, thanks for reminding me about that. I was going to forget.
Yeah, Upper Dynamo is one of those few Chozo things where it's like you're almost guaranteed to be doing that on a second visit to that room.
Yeah. Oh, okay, I bounced off something.
You
And that's-
basically have to start with Spider at that point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really out of the way.
You're almost never putting off that part of Chozo.
Mm-hmm.
Especially on the previous versions where we would run with vanilla charge beam versus having
Yeah.
it as a starting item because that wasn't a feature yet.
Implement. Yeah. So other than charge and supers for whoop, I bounced and I didn't get up there. Other than charge and supers for that one artifact, we're also looking for Phazon suit. Oh god, what is my problem with this room today? It isn't this hard to go fast in this room.
Yeah, Phazon Suit, the game does check for that during the Prime Essence fight, and if you don't have Phazon Suit, you don't get to use Hyper Mode.
Yeah, it's very weird that it's a property of Phazon suit and not the Phazon pools and 5 missiles. Very common.
Give Camus a goth look too. I swear it's not a phase.
Oh my god. No, it's not a phase. Phase is a planet. That's covered in corruption.
So in this narrative, this is the part where DiggleWarth subtly, off camera, moves his hand and mutes me in the call. So that
Fortunately,
Everyone do.
I don't have moderator privileges on this Speed Gaming Discord. So anyways,
Shout out to Speed Gaming for having us here at 3 o'clock in the morning.
yes,
Eastern.
shout out to Speed Gaming for hosting this nonsense.
it's been a privilege being in this call with everyone.
Speaking of, we've been yamming for like an hour straight. I'm just going to be making some checks here, so if the host would like to plug anything or read some donations, go ahead. Also, we're just going to pretend Grapple Beam doesn't exist the entire time. I still don't have a power bomb. No.
Oh man, that's gonna be bugging us for the next like 30 minutes, aren't it? That still wasn't even a power bomb.
Hi, training chamber. Hi, training chamber.
Wow, I don't even have X-ray to look at this item. Oh, this is stupid. This is the
Yeah, usually you
stupidest
have at
reason to have to triple dip Chozo.
Yeah, that's kind of rare to do that particular check on a third visit. Usually you have at least a power bomb to break open the wall.
Don't
Wait,
worry
you-
though, there's an expansion in Shore Tunnel.
You can do that trick.
What trick?
You can do that trick that's no longer done 90%.
Shore Tunnel? Oh! Oh, we're talking... Oh.
the infinite speed,
Or not a number,
Quantum-
orb, yes.
Quantum orb ball.
Yeah, no.
Would you like me to explain that since we probably won't actually see that?
Yeah, go ahead.
So yeah, it turns out there's a couple of ways you can get stuck doing some out-of-bounds shenanigans, and you can
Or
roll
just rolling in between a crate and a wall, inbounds.
Yeah, you're essentially building up speed while you're rolling so much that eventually you reach the floating point cap and your speed is just set to like infinite.
Not a
At
number,
which-
technically.
Yes, not a number. And in that state, I think you guys can correct me if I'm off by a tad bit on this. If you like boost, you essentially go everywhere in the room at every conceivable point, in every conceivable universe, almost simultaneously.
We're talking about the QPUs and parallel universes, and the scuttlebug is the key to the multiverse.
Rolls eyes.
I think what happens is there are calculations that are done when it comes to actor collision. If I believe that's how it works, and what happens is because you're I think it's like the morph ball is like, it's not the angular momentum, but it's one of the variables that has to do with,
I think
like,
it's
the
rotational.
morph ball. Yeah, it's like the rotational data of the morph ball.
I don't know where I want to go.
That's factored in when calculating whether Samus is interacting, say, like a war wasp or something like a door. Also, this includes item refills, expansions, anything that's not like level geometry, and because the value is set to nan for like the morph ball rotational speed, since that nan value gets inserted in, I think what ends up happening is just forces the function involved to always evaluate to true, which means, hey, you're touching this actor. There are a couple of exceptions to this. One is, I think it's like if the enclosing room, like around, like say an expansion, is too small for the morph ball to really be in comfortably, it just doesn't count as true. But for a lot of like expansions that are in like big open rooms in particular, we can abuse this to obtain items much earlier than intended. The downside for like a speed run is it takes about 50 seconds to rotate the ball fast enough to be able to achieve infinite speed.
I think it's
Yeah,
along the lines of like 52 or something like that.
it
for randomizer,
depends.
that's
There's some lag in certain rooms, like Magma Pool. That room lags out hard because of all the lava.
So to answer something that someone said in chat, it's not necessarily that the morph ball is being placed in a different position, or like in a nan position. I think it's the rotational value, like the speed value of the morph ball, that gets factored in when the game is checking whether, because it's checking every frame whether like Samus is interacting with the puffer enemies, even though she's not touching them. That calculation has to be done every frame that gets drawn to ensure that, you know, she's not taking damage while being like 6 feet away.
Yeah, it's a silly trick for sure. One of the stupidest.
It's one of my favorite tricks in the game.
Oh yeah, it's great. Like, it's just so insane that this trick actually exists. It's a string of it's powered by a string of coincidences, and this game just happens to work in this manner.
It's a happy accident. Infinite speed also works in Echoes and Corruption. I don't think it has any use. Doesn't have any use anymore in Echoes, aside from, I think, low percent.
What's a spider ball, by the way?
Hey, what is that? This is probably like the kind of tougher spider ball skips for beginners, but it's not. There's so many other
There's
ways.
easier ways to do it than what I did.
You can go in the lava and tank the damage and just double bomb jump out. It's that.
Yeah,
pretty broken.
you can also just R jump from where I dashed from, and that works.
That's the speed strat.
So fun fact about this
You
room.
can have everything you need for this.
Yeah, he does. But fun fact about this room got like all sorts of adjusted in other versions of the game to make sure you couldn't reach Plasma Beam early. I think in PAL they added an arbitrary door lock that isn't
PAL
unlocked until
can
high
have
speed.
a power bomb rubble in front of the door.
I know that in I think it was PAL specifically, though, also adds, not PAL, was it Player's Choice
Player's
that adds
Choice
that lock?
NTSC.
That's the one. I was thinking PAL, but yeah, PAL and Trilogy have,
Oh, you did the skip.
I did the
nicely
skip.
done.
I don't do that skip.
It's really dumb. It saves like a couple seconds and loses oodles of time if you screw it
How
up.
much more safe? Sorry, Captain. Keep going.
No, I was just, and, but yeah, they like did a couple of things to make sure you couldn't get power bombs early in later versions.
Plasma.
I don't know.
In Player's Choice, the ice door that Diggle's about to walk until you get grapple beam.
Why is this my first power
Wow.
bomb?
That's insane.
Oh, jeez. Well,
So not only is this a slow check, but also picking up that item turns on a very rude layer change in mines. The first room in mines after the elevator right here. It just
Right.
adds a bunch of beam pirates, and the entire room just becomes a lot more hostile to navigate, especially
only
without
that-
charge beam.
Normally, it's just 2 space pirates.
Yeah, I really try not to pick up plasma processing if I can at all avoid it. However, also for a while I didn't really have a plan on where I wanted to go. Like everywhere looked okay, but it's just so far. I could have gone into mines, but I figured I'd clear out Fendrana depths.
Your routing's been fine.
Yeah.
Like, it could have gone through mines, but it would have ultimately taken you through.
Yeah, and I still don't have X-ray for OP.
And you have the other half of Fendrana too. Like, it's just.
yeah, I think the problem we have right now is that a lot of the remaining items we have left are not locking by themselves a lot of items. Therefore, they can be in a very large number of locations.
Yeah, that's the one like double-edged sword with having like all 3 beams. Since Diggle can open pretty much any door, and since he has enough speed tech knowledge to do a lot of the major skips for like grapple beam and spider ball, which locked quite a few areas of progression in the late game. Yeah, you can go anywhere, but consequently, items can be placed anywhere. So it's a gamble of maybe Fendrana is more stacked than mines, or maybe it's actually mines that has more items.
I wonder what that item is.
That was locked by Ice Beam.
Plasma processing was a big debate.
No regrets though. I mean, we don't know what that item is yet. That could be like thermal visor or charge beam.
It's the Los Angeles Lakers.
Why?
Oh boo! Oh god, it's happening. Oh look, it was Phazon suit. Well, that's one less item on the bucket list to find. Now we have 50% damage. Okay, it's power bombs. The joke is that that item is visible from just about anywhere. If it's in, like, say, the main plaza tree in Chozo, the particle effect bleeds through the tree.
I'm pretty sure it leads to like Life Grove Tunnel. It's that.
Yeah,
it does.
Too big for Smash Brothers.
If it, long story short, if it glows like a Christmas tree, it's power bombs, and if it's not power bombs, it's light beam.
Oh, I was waiting for reposition that had already happened.
This is another grapple beam skip that he's doing.
Yeah, grapple dash.
I don't think I ever explained slope jumping. Yeah, you can just jump up slopes and you just gain more height when you're brushing up against a slope as you jump.
This is a pretty dumb item or place for this item to be, because if you have X-ray, you can peek in there.
That specific room has a lot of like dependencies on it too.
Yeah.
You need power bombs. Technically, you need grapple. You need plasma beam. It's just those like arbitrary late game locks that Retro put in the vanilla game. But kind of a sigh of relief though. DiggleWarth does need X-ray visor.
Yep.
To go to Omega Pirate, or early in the fight Omega Pirate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of well, technically by logic you're expected to have thermal, but we really don't care about that.
Thermal or X-ray technically can see the door. I think the logic checks if you have either one, because it like you can see it that way.
I don't. I've never seen my X-ray in lower mine. Or wait. I don't actually know what you're talking about now because I was thinking about.
We're talking about the security cave.
Storage cave. Oh, okay.
Yeah, security cave is the room up top. Storage cave is the one in the middle.
Because I don't think that wall's scannable, but at the same time, like, the minimap shows the door. Oh, no, wait, the minimap doesn't show
Yeah,
the door.
no, that's one of the
It's
funny
not
things
good.
about this game in a casual setting. That door doesn't exist on the minimap until you reveal it.
Yeah, it's really weird because the game, the only real clue that you know to check there is that is the
Oh my
original
God.
artifact hint.
Frozen head on a pike strikes again.
I think that's why by default I just put in the visor check, because technically, like, you need it to see the door.
Ah, frick, I was supposed to dash off of that. Anyways, flicker bats are a terrible enemy.
Yep, they are.
This is the worst room to have them in.
Mhm.
Control tower isn't too bad because you can just navigate around the. You can
Control
pretty much
tower.
avoid having to jump on the center or room courtyard.
Yeah. Alright, there's 2 more checks here. Quarantine Monitor and Thardis. I'm going to do both. I could easily get away
he's
with
doing it.
not doing Thardis.
I tend to skip Thardis a lot.
I would
that-
too.
That only cost me
If-
the finals in the last tournament.
Also, what's a grapple beam? Something
up,
I
Phil.
apparently need.
He made the correct routing choice. And I was so adamant on not going. I lost.
Anyways,
so-
what is grapple beam?
What is grapple beam? What is coming in clutch and making this check when it was so obvious?
Great. I made PPC terrible for nothing. Anyways, I wouldn't be making
Now
this check if I knew that nobody had looked over the spoiler log before sending this my way. But I know Bash made this, so
Hey,
yeah.
now, let me defend myself, okay? Like, I had to take into account the estimate, and almost no seeds were like all bosses. It was very hard for me to find a seed that I felt was like, this was the one seed where I was like, okay, yeah, I'm absolutely using this.
Yeah. I don't need 2 hours and 15 minutes for like tournament settings usually, unless the seeds are very bad. I originally made that estimate for a GDQ submission. When this version came out, I think, or either this version or a previous version that massively changed things. And so I was still like getting a feel for the new logic and something. So I said 215 to be very safe, and I just sort of repeated it on the SpeedGaming submission.
This fight is kind of a long, like, almost auto stroller. What's nice about it is that you can skip the thermal visor stage of each rock by just laying bombs. It's weird that it works that way. But also, Thardis is weak to plasma beam damage. It takes
Like,
1.5
actually
times
weak,
more
yeah.
damage.
Mm-hmm.
It's really nice. Thank you,
Yeah,
Richard.
this boss was shuffled around a lot in development. They finally settled on this. But there was a version of this fight where it was possible you could add plasma for it, which is interesting.
So having charge beam doesn't really make this fight that much faster if you have plasma. Charge does make a difference without plasma.
Having charge means you can use like a single charge shot on a rock
True.
and a missile, like single charge plasma and a missile, and that's a rock. Anyways, we'll wheel another power bomb here when the lightning strikes, and that'll be Thardis.
Power bomb beginning and the end to maximize efficiency.
There were originally going to be 2 Guriknacks. Oh yeah, Bash, you haven't been around when I made that joke, have you?
I mean, luckily I've seen Galaxy Quest, so
Yeah, but no, I started doing that during the tournament, and chat caught on. It's great.
yeah, I think the idea was that
Great.
Thardis was going to be the the guardian of like Magmor in, I assume it would be Geothermal Cave. I guess later on development they decided to put Thardis in Phendrana instead and make an ice-based enemy.
They would kind of bring that concept. Oh my god.
That's all
Plus
beam
sign that-
combos before charge.
The plus sign that every runner looks for.
So, yep. We are now. We may be in a charge beam go mode scenario if we find Phase on first.
Oh god.
You're
But,
welcome, DiggleWarth. You're welcome.
Thank you for doing
Yep.
the thing I asked you to do. I'm
Did
still
I
mad
instill
about
a
it,
false
but
sense of faith when I was like, like, not everything was like all. That actually was kind of true, but I still found a seed in the end.
Oh, God.
You thought you were lucky when you didn't see Quarantine Cave in that.
I was suspicious already.
So was I.
Rightfully so. Rightfully so.
Well, anyways, we're going to mines finally.
I mean, this is fine because this is just setting me up for future disaster with whatever randomizer run.
Yep.
Because I'm for sure gonna have DiggleWarth generate it for me.
Yeah, I was going to
be
say
suffering.
next Echoes tournament, Diggle's generating all the seeds, and I'm going to be horrified.
Remember,
It's like in the Dark Knight, an unstoppable force meets an immovable object.
Yep.
Bash, remember when you had the reputation for generating bad seeds? And then you were racing so you couldn't generate a seed, and I was commenting so you asked me, and I dethroned you in one go. Good
Pretty
times.
much.
Was it just a casual all bosses seed or something?
Yep.
No, it was well, it was also it was a tournament, end of the tournament.
Last
the Echo
race of
tournaments,
Swiss for
last
the
round of
Echoes.
Swiss.
Yeah.
You had a Torvis key on quad.
And a Morbus was required, and so was Chica.
Yeah.
I had a Diggle-worthy seed in one of the Casual Echoes streams, where I found out, like, probably an hour and a half in Torvis, that
I'm
I
gonna
had a
check
key
something.
I had a Torvis key on a Morbus, which blocked the Sky Temple key or something. No, that blocked Dark Visor
Okay, it's
on
vanilla.
Chica.
Oh, I was holding my breath there too, Diggle. Don't worry.
Okay, this turret needs to die. It does too much knockback.
Now that we visited Processing Center Access, I looked for a lot of seeds to see if there was anything required on either Elite Quarters or Processing Center Access.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
I think I
Shadows.
almost had one that was like
Oh,
X-ray on
door.
artist
Camera. Camera!
to supers in Processing Center Access.
There we go. Oh,
Say that
jeez.
again, Bash.
So I think I had one seed that was almost X-ray on Thardis to supers in PCA to of course the best room in the game, Biohazard Containment, having an artifact.
I think I remember the 2019 tournament. I think you were commentating, but this was before I started getting involved with stuff. I think we had a vanilla Phazon suit with supers in PCA.
Oh,
And I
that's
remember calling
right.
that like an hour ahead of time in chat.
That's right. That happened.
Oh, wow, I forgot about that. Anyways, there was a Phazon elite, or an elite pirate here I could have killed and fought, but I just decided to find Thermal instead, apparently.
We didn't want to disturb its slumber.
Yeah, he's sleeping.
Let him rest. The impact crater is gonna blow up anyway.
To answer Volby's question in chat, that depends on a lot of factors with settings.
Oh.
The fastest tournament settings is like around 50 minutes RTA or something. It's really fast. Well, no, technically no, because Reggie had that one jet seed that was like half an hour.
Yeah. Bombs
Which
weren't
is,
even
like,
required to
insane
finish
about
that
it.
seed.
It's crazy how fast the 2.x tournament seeds have been, because I think the fastest seed that was done that tournament was like a 102 or something.
It was pretty darn fast.
Mhm.
We've seen both ends of the spectrum, honestly, with this.
And it's been
tournament.
like close to that caliber, like I feel like not on average, but just more often than not.
Well, especially now, because we're getting into Diggle and Nerdflies are facing off in the finals this upcoming afternoon in just exactly about 12 hours from now.
Oh, yeah.
Your sleep schedule, Digger, your poor sleep schedule.
I wasn't using it anyways. Alright. So that's just a missile. I'm not coming back this way.
All
So
right,
what I
make
can
sure
just
that-
do is ignore...
Be sure to kill the cloak drone first, then leave.
Oh, jeez.
No. That will probably crash the game.
Yeah, so yeah, there's a few things about this room. So number one is if you load the cloak, if you kill the cloak drone, generate the electrical maze, and especially super missile the firing squad here.
You
your
can just
game's
let
dead.
them fire
No chance.
bullets at you. You don't even have to do anything.
Oh, that too.
As long
But
as
yeah,
there's just
no.
enough projectiles on screen. The game
Yeah.
crashes.
But yeah, no.
Partially because of that maze being active.
Yeah, Central Dynamo hogs up a lot of the game's RAM.
Yeah, the GameCube is a whopping 16 megabytes of memory. And I forget how much like the frame buffer has on the graphics card, but like CPU, like regular main memory, like RAM, regular RAM, is 16 megabytes.
Yikes.
Hey, this is 2001 we're talking about. Or well, technically, it's been GameCube was probably in development for a few years, so we're talking like late 90s at the earliest.
Yeah, we're pretty sure the whole Garignac, the whole TARDIS thing was actually based off Garignac from Galaxy Quest.
Would not surprise me.
Because that movie was like in like very late 90s, and this game had to have started development around the same time, so they had to have known what they were doing.
By the way, shout out to Charge Beam and MQA.
Oh, yeah. That pretty much decided
Wait, did you just find it there?
Yeah, and the race Reggie and I did for the tournament. Chard was there, but Reggie mistook it for missiles and didn't pick it up, and
it has the same aura.
Yeah.
So it was
pretty unfortunate.
It was just so unfortunate, yeah. But so I guess since we're not going to ever see it, we can talk a bit more for a split second about the Central Dynamo maze. So that was the other thing in this game I was alluding to earlier that was programmed by Zoid. That maze can be anywhere from 15 to 55 squares, odd numbers only, except 53. And
300, I think, mazes, I think, in total.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
there's for, I think, hand drawing every single one when she was building her maze finder program.
I'm very glad Chard Beam isn't there.
I was just about to say the same thing.
I tried my hardest, Diggle. I tried my hardest.
I think Phazon Mining Tunnel, for those wondering, Phazon Mining Tunnel is the only Phazon suit hard lock check in the entire game.
I mean,
and not even then, if you know tricks.
Yes.
Yeah, unless you have like 13 energy tanks and some ridiculously good boost ball capabilities.
Or wall crawl.
Or some out of bounds.
Or wall crawl where you can possibly soft block if you're not careful.
Yeah, we've seen that happen sometimes too. But yeah, that's the only that has only been required. Ooh.
That was close.
Yeah, it was very close. Okay.
At least you do. Oh, you can still get this.
Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is really bad. Okay, kill. Kill.
You can scan the thing and reload the room. Or kill because it's burning damage. I mean, it's these two at the back or the front that are kind of the most annoying.
Yeah, especially considering yikes, 247 energy.
Oh no, I don't have Chard Beam, so this becomes much worse to do. Oh no, what do I do? What do I do?
You can okay, hear me out. You can scan that terminal and lower the across the room, and then leave and reload this room through the thing, and that'll reload from. Oh wow.
Yeah, all right, we're gonna take the safety save here. This room is difficult. If you don't get this fast, this room becomes a huge pain.
Yeah, there's like 3 more beam pirates in that room, and they all do 10 damage per shot, or in this case 8, because he has 2, which is still just. There's like there's no iframes per shot. You can.
Yeah, you can just melt here. All right, so
yeah, he's already lost like an E-tank of health that fast.
Yeah. So I've never actually done OP without charge before.
This is gonna be interesting.
Oh no.
It's actually going to be in elite control access. And I'm just gonna be very unhappy when I get there. I should probably do this.
Talking about charge beam?
Yeah. Oh.
I actually forget where charge is.
Okay. Alright, can we get trooper skip here?
I'll let you concentrate on that first, then I'll start talking about this.
Looks like we're good. I lied. Oh no, I mean, they're all bad, actually.
Yeah, power's probably worse you can get right now with no charge beam.
Yeah, if only this were the slower version where you can actually kill these with power bullets.
Okay, I think I see what we're doing here.
So yeah, talking about OP though for a second here. So if you skip the cutscene starting his fight, for some reason he doesn't skip his startup animation with capsules, so you have plenty of time to get some cool hot shots on his shoulder pads and kneecaps before he actually busts out and starts absorbing your shots like a regular elite pirate. And then what Diggle's doing here is manipulating OP to essentially go to a phase-on pool that you can very quickly respawn with. And the reason for that works...
Oh, I screwed that up.
Oh dear. But the reason that works is because OP will never spawn in the phase-on pool that is A, closest to you, and B, the one he just was at. So you can effectively remove two of the unknowns by positioning yourself, one of the unknowns I should say, by positioning yourself in the pool one of the pools he has not just been to. And in doing so, you guarantee that OP will go to the phase-on pool you want.
It's always it's always the one furthest away from, and it never spawns twice in a row in the same pool. So for the first one, that usually you just stand in between the two closest ones to the floor that you came in, and have him spawn in the pool that he like spawned in or first like started the boss fight in.
This sucks.
That's ultra energy. Yeah, there's a lot of improvising that Diggle has to do here.
This sucks so
Charging
much.
this becomes a very, very consistent fight, where you can kill him in essentially like the equivalent of like a one cycle.
Yeah, and on Trilogy and how power bombs work.
Oh yeah, if you're doing like normal mode Trilogy, where he has 300 health, or yeah, 300 health instead of 600. OP has very little health for a boss. I think the adult Sheegoth has more health than Omega Pirate does.
It's not even the main health bar. The shoulder pads and kneecaps are actually vulnerable to power bombs in Trilogy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. That's what I once thought. Yeah. Okay. I heard of that, but I didn't realize it was Trilogy, so I tried it once in NTSC GameCube, and I'm like, it doesn't work. Can't believe the internet lied to me, but actually I just didn't know that it was Trilogy only. I don't have another power bomb. We have to deal with the beam troopers here.
Yeah, if you hit OP with a power bomb at the right time, he cloaks faster, essentially.
And you get to skip this.
Yes.
I think with enough shots they do freeze, but
We're just gonna...
these beam troopers are weird. They have two different patterns in this room. The first pattern is our trigger happy. Sorry.
Okay, we should be good here.
I'll just hold my breath for a second here.
Oh, that sucked.
Yikes.
Well, that's another artifact for the pile.
You did it.
You
In
have...
all actuality, though, nice job. That cannot be easy without a charge.
Yeah.
Maybe if only I had anticipated this and practiced it. At the very least, I don't have to worry about chargeless final bosses, which I haven't practiced.
Yeah,
There's a power bomb method, and for 21%, it's yeah. Well, I guess technically 23% as well because.
yeah,
Sorry, I interrupted.
The chargeless final bosses is well, for Exo especially, it's just really bad. But for Essence, it's more so weird,
Annoying.
if anything.
Yeah, it's...
At least
Although I
there will
haven't
be
done it, it just looks annoying instead of absolutely intolerable. Like, imagine Chozo Ghost, but it's like 15 minutes long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fenrir in chat has a good point. Like, your basically best bet in a low percent run is the power bomb, and it basically becomes like segmented Omega Pirate attempts, and you just hope that you get the power bombs. Otherwise, you die.
Yep. Ah, whoops. So yeah, we're gonna continue to let this guy take his nap. It's what I'll be looking exactly like that after this race and recuperating for my race tomorrow. I'll just be in my tank. Alright, it wasn't charged.
I was about to say, I hope not. I need you in one piece for 12 hours.
I mean, that elite pirate, even if he does break out of his glass tube or glass container, if you just leave the room without killing him, he apologizes and puts it back together. Back to good. Nothing. It's like nothing happened.
Which is really impressive considering that was glass that was shattered.
Alright, this is Spiderless Shaft Skip.
I was gonna say spider skip.
Yeah,
Did
you
it for me.
you can skip Spider Ball usage in that room by doing
A pretty
space jump
dumb
into
trick.
a,
The Metroid has decided I
space.
should fall.
Oh,
Excellent.
jeez.
That grapple beam right there is saves having to do this one jump on, of course, terrain that doesn't necessarily look like you can stand on it, but you can.
Yeah,
It's all-
it's pretty
all fun and
awkward.
good.
Yeah, going back on spiderless shafts for
Perish.
a second, what you could do is do what we call bomb space jump, where when you leave the ground in morph ball form, the game still considers you grounded for, I think it was very recently decoded to be exactly 2/5 of a second.
Yep.
And during that time, if you unmorph with the camera obstructed between the ball and Samus, or the ball and the camera, Samus will skip the unmorph animation. If you do that after bomb jumping within that 2/5 of a second window, you can still jump out of it. So we call that term a bomb space jump, and you can use that additional height from the bomb jump plus the space jump to reach some standable terrain, effectively skipping the
Can't
need to
see
do
that.
that shaft with spider ball.
The 2/5 thing is new for me. Is that was
It's.
I remember it's Dark Zero was telling me about it semi-recently. I think it was like
I don't
early-
need to do this actually.
It was like early in the year, I think.
yeah,
Oh, I do actually need to do this.
Lowish 20 frames, so that makes sense.
Yeah, it used to be. I think we used to call it 22 or 23
Guys.
frames. But we recently.
I don't have a power bomb for this room.
Oh dear.
You can no randomizer patches out.
No, it's not that. He can't bust open the elite pirate. The phase
Oh.
elite.
There's Metroid, I think, in because you kill the Mega Pirate.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Or processing. Okay.
Also crates at the bottom, but they have a very low chance of spawning.
Yep.
Also-
A game that doesn't have a almost guaranteed item system on ammo.
Also, that was Calvin.
That was Calvin.
Upped. And that's a
Was.
wall.
Emphasis on was.
So yeah, Calvin can be pretty funny sometimes, especially when you destroy him through the rock surface here, and he's right on the wall, leading to him to potentially skip leg day and have his feet clipping through the pathway.
He also just sometimes dies. Like I think it's like the turret shots or something.
I think he
just
dies
dies.
of falling for too long, technically.
Oh, that makes sense.
It's very weird where he gets in a state where the game thinks he's falling, but he's not actually.
He's a very sensitive space pirate.
Yeah.
It is very strange. I also don't have charge beam, so I have to make sure to kill these Metroids where I can actually pick up the drop.
Oh jeez.
Assuming they do drop it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
generally
'cause
they have a
it's-
pretty decent chance of dropping power bombs here. Like this is the best room to get fill in.
Key word,
Last one.
generally.
generally.
Excellent.
There we go.
I could
Alright.
need upwards of like 2 more power bombs if I'm unlucky in the upcoming areas.
I mean that room also has a pretty good chance of power bombs.
Yeah. Security access A is much better about
Security
power
access
bombs.
is power bomb heaven.
It drops like 3 on average, I think.
Let's go all the way back to Central Animal. Oh yeah, that's right. There's a layer change in this room. Which is
Yeah, it's spooky in here now. Okay,
you have shadow pirates for reason.
oh, this
Oh,
could go
Lord.
well.
Ooh, out of missiles.
Yeah.
Despite
That's
having,
DPS option.
despite having a cap of 120.
I mean, it's just like twice the number of plasma shots almost, because plasma does. Oh no, less than half. It's like 12 damage per
There
shot.
we go.
So yeah,
Virtually the same fire rate. So like
yeah,
it does 3 times the shots.
Alright, that's half the missile expansions in the game. Where do I
Shiny.
go after this? Where are my remaining checks? Various powerbomb lock checks that I couldn't see before. Various supers checks if it's phazon suit that I end up looking for. Oh no! Oh, this is I made many mistakes. I just realized what room I walked in without charge beam.
Oh no.
Oh, god.
okay. You have
Oh, I have Wave Buster, yes.
you
But
have
no charge beam.
you can get a
Alright.
power bomb refill and you can unlock the door potentially.
I mean, I'm more worried about dying, personally.
Yeah, because he hasn't gotten a real good
Yeah,
chance for a
wait
health
for it.
refill since PCA.
If you're lucky, they'll drop ultras.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
I was going to
the
say,
straight
that's a
fight.
big if.
Usually they.
I don't know. Oh, God. So, welcome to
Orders. This is the worst room in low percent.
Purgatory. Yeah, low percent Purgatory / actual HE double hockey sticks. I don't want to go too low on this, because I might activate some Shadow Pirates here if I'm not careful.
Yeah, and I'm actually going to hold my breath here for a second and let you concentrate.
Alright.
That
think-
one's also close to dying, I think.
Yeah. Alright, there we go. So, in vanilla, this would actually be very bad. Oh, right. Because this would then I would go lock this door and I'd actually just be stuck here forever. But because randomizer changes, I'm fine.
Yeah, no, I had to hold my breath for a
Oh,
second.
the door actually is unlocked now. Okay, it didn't. Oh, this room's been cleaned up then. Because I remember this room was significantly jankier in previous versions with the fix.
I don't know if it's like a trigger that was added to the other side that locked. In fact, that door lock isn't there unless you're physically in front. So as a, what happens is, this also happens in a couple of other rooms, like the trigger for the lock is just there. Even if you kill the pirate that would otherwise unlock, but the door has to be unlocked for it to unlock. That looks like a missile.
I think it was a missile because it might have been rotating too fast, but I'm not 100% sure.
Also, there's another randomizer change.
Yeah, you can scan the
No, it's just gone.
scan. Oh, nope, that's new. I'm more used to the
power
fields
bomb?
being just scannable from long range.
Yeah.
Please
Game?
take the save here.
Yeah. Fair. Okay.
You can also go back to ore processing again.
Can we maybe just ensure that Diggle won't die first?
That's not hard. At least I have scanned this time.
You just have usually just if it's just space pirates in there and they don't do much damage.
Oh, this should actually reload security access A.
Yeah, because the way loading is handled
yeah.
is usually the game can't load more than 2 rooms ahead, otherwise the game queue can't handle it, so...
Sometimes
yeah, this
you can do
should
a little
reload
more.
SAA. Yeah, like
There
in,
we go. That's a power bomb luck I'm seeking.
Yeah. Excellent.
I'm stuck. And it was just missiles, unfortunately. Oh, look, another one.
You got a refund.
Wow.
And then some.
Return on investment right there.
Is it? Yeah.
All right, so worst of mines is pretty much over.
Oh wait, this doesn't actually do anything. This actually does less than nothing, I think. Well,
You know the craziest
maybe?
thing is-
I don't know.
You know the craziest thing is, besides, what was it? Besides thermal visor and the artifacts we needed to get here, there was nothing in here.
Well, there's one
What's
more
that?
check.
There's an artifact or 2 artifacts. I mean, he only has a couple more things he needs. He only needs Phazon suit and
In charge beam. Still. So yeah, that first dash I did to get up to the door-to-door processing, completely unnecessary. But it happened. Okay, so what are my remaining checks? Magma pool. Oh no, the IS. So yeah,
I'll be right
there's
back, gentlemen.
okay. So there's magma pool, lower warrior shrine. I think that's
I can
it.
say
Actually,
something, but I don't want to like force your hand.
we're not crunched yet. Also, I have 5 artifacts, right? Or I should. Oh, I have a power bomb now. Life Grove.
That's what I was gonna say. Remember that room that you almost went into, and it's like, yeah, we usually
Yep.
power bombs at this point. Well, it works out. It's on the way.
Yeah.
It's 3 items for the price of your soul.
Yeah. Life Grove tunnel.
Wait,
What the heck? How did that ice shot miss that hard?
I feel like even though Prime does a better job of it than Echoes, Echoes doesn't like immediately lock onto enemies sometimes. There's like a little bit of the camera does have to move gradually, but it's usually pretty quick. I
Yeah.
guess Prime does the same thing, but maybe
Okay,
quicker.
okay, hello? This trick is not this hard.
All right, I'm back. Diggle, you have a power bomb this time, right?
Yes, I have 4.
You
Okay.
did.
Fantastic.
Didn't have anything last time, and now he is way more than enough.
Which was
He's a
really
puppy dog.
at least 1 power bomb. Oh no, it's happening.
First room in the game.
Oh no,
First
it's
room in the
happening. Alright.
Yeah, so Life Grove Tunnel's control physics are weird to say the least. So
Bad
At
is
first,
another.
I mean, yeah, bad, but
Mm-hmm.
oh,
Hey.
well now.
Well, there
I
it
would
is.
have rather found Phazon suit because then that would mean charge would be right here. Maybe I'll get lucky.
I was about to say, don't hold your breath.
Oh wait, there's still 2 checks Phazon could be. Oh, alright. We're in go mode.
There we go.
Uh,
The Life Grove care package, folks.
I forgot they were both next to each other.
Ay, ay, ay.
So let's just make sure we have all artifacts.
I mean, pretty much go mode charge beam. I guess that was close enough.
I'm missing all but I have all but biohazard. Alright.
Yep.
Wow, you could actually sub to this.
It's gonna be
Oh.
unlikely. I'm gonna come in like a 203.
Sub 210. Sub 210.
Oh,
Sub
absolutely.
205, sub 210.
Yeah. I'm gonna say 203.
Ah.
I'm very proud of myself. And I'm proud of you for routing this seed very well, despite the adversities you faced.
Yeah, this could have gone a lot worse. I could have not fought Thurdus. If I were trusting Sword, I wouldn't have thought Thurdus. Fortunately, I don't trust Bash for farther than I can throw him. Excuse me. I'm tired. I'm Diggle, and it's 3:45 a.m. on the East Coast, where I am currently.
That's early.
Same.
Oh god, right, this room. So this room is terrible. You can climb this room without gravity suit. It's just dumb.
So I want to go back to Life Grove for a second because we were trying to get into that, but yeah. So Life Grove's collision, the way I see it is because I see this happen in Echoes a lot. What
Rarely
it seems
seen
like
gels
is happening
house
is the
here.
game is
Sorry,
Yeah.
Karen.
Second
What
thing
hap-
that I think that happens. Sorry, Captain.
yeah. What I think is happening is the game is trying to constantly shift your controls from boost ball mode to non-boost ball mode because you know how the game tries to adjust in order to let you in order to give you better access up the
Hold on a
half
sec,
pipe and
Captain.
whatnot. I think that's sure.
Come on, let me do the thing. Come on! Come on! This isn't that hard! Oh my god.
Too far to the left.
Cody's here. Alright, that's all I wanted to do. Carry on.
Sure.
I love that collision still works.
It's great. We're not
Listen,
good. Let's not explain that. We'll just say Cody's here and that's it. It's a mystery for the ages.
It's a mystery to me too. All right then. But yeah, so what we think is happening in Life Grove Tunnel is the game is basically
hello?
trying to shift your controls from nice collision. The game's trying to shift your controls from boost ball to normal constantly when you're at like the bottom of the half pipe, and when it does that, it takes control away from you for a couple seconds, which is unfortunately just enough so you can't correct your half pipe boost in order to get actually into the tunnel at the end of Life Grove. So that's why it's basically the worst room in the game.
The other
Yeah.
theory that I've heard that might have more credence, it might not actually be a theory, is that the camera is subtly moving depending on which side of the half pipe you're on and which side you entered from. And so the direction you hold in the control stick, I think, does get, the direction of the morph ball does get affected, I think, in both directions, even if you hold the same direction.
Fascinating. Yeah, we still really can't figure out an ironclad way as to why that room sucks. It just sucks.
Yeah.
Beyond fixing. It's beyond saving.
Now at 90%, you get to do without boost ball. Just don't fall down, really. Or else you get to do a half plate bomb jump and regret.
Do you want to have a bad time?
Hey, you got,
Exactly.
hey, you got to end the seed with the reverse frigate.
Yeah, at least I had gravity suit.
Normally, reverse frigate's only possible with out of bounds to get past one door, but randomizer changes that as a quality of life thing.
Yeah, it's nice. No, it's a very short out of bounds, to be fair. It's just a UBJ and you shoot
you're going
the
straight back
panel.
inbound.
Yeah, you shoot the wall panel and then you go back inbounds, but yeah. It's still a lot. So yeah, we're just coming up on final bosses here.
What was the worst part of this seed for you?
Strictly speaking, it would be letting you generate it and saying you can make it pretty bad.
I mean, I can't argue with that. I'm sorry, I just can't.
Anyways, final boss, it's Ridley. Wow, incredible. I can't believe he's in this game. Such a
To
shock.
be fair, he is not at all in Prime 2.
Yeah. I mean, he
then I
exists in
think
the
that's-
files. Rip. Didn't get the frame perfect flyby skip.
Yeah. To be fair, they overuse him in Prime 3, so that kind of makes up for it.
That shot was late,
Yeah.
way too late.
Yeah.
It's a frame perfect trick with like a very like not good visual cue.
There is no visual
That's
cue.
the
It's
timing.
the chiming changes based on how far away you are. It's yeah. Anyways, did you know that Boost Ball deals 50,000 damage per frame?
What? Hold on. Whoa, what happened? You broke him.
Did
What'd
you know that Ridley is vulnerable to Boost Ball?
Yeah, they thought. Yeah, the developers thought it's fine. We can leave Ridley vulnerable to Boost Ball. Who would boost into him in flyby phase when he's flying? Oh wait.
Isn't the thing like because Samus could get stuck on like other enemies pretty easily? Also, they decided, you know what, like for Zoomers, let Boost Ball kill them, like, and they could do a ton of damage, dev damage. Very nice.
Perfect
really good
RNG.
RNG.
Wow.
Yeah.
Got to use super missiles. The super missile of contempt against Ridley.
Yeah. It's a little. In any percent you like do after that chest plate is blown off, you do 5 or 6 lemons and then you spam missiles and that'll do it. But supers is way easier to just do.
Yeah. Although sometimes his heart can just be invincible, and for some cycles,
Yes.
you just can't hurt him no matter what.
It's so janky.
Yeah, it's bad. But we don't have to deal with that.
It's got the cool tech. You got rapid fire missiles, which I never talked about at all in the
Oh
2
yeah,
hours.
we never explained that and I had to rely on it for so long.
You can just close the missile launcher and go back to the beam.
Yeah, you just cancel the cooldown animation by holding C up or hitting the fire button. Well, I didn't want to lock onto that.
And that makes missiles a very good DPS weapon, especially in early game.
And just
Yeah,
in
some-
general.
Yeah, because missiles deal 30 damage if memory serves correctly.
Yeah, anyways, we're not doing Exo Skip.
But yeah, Boost Ball only damages Flying Phase of Ridley. Flying Phase of Ridley has about
Oh
2,000
god.
HP.
Oh god,
It
this
has-
is bad. It's right on me. Alright, we're fine now. But it was actually nudging me around. I could have taken a tumble there.
So even though you have to deal with ground phase normally of Ridley, so consistent, or not, it's consistent enough. There's no real waiting like there is, like the flyby parts of the air phase.
We
So
call
it really
those
cuts down on the fight a lot.
we call those 2 Fission Metroids, by the way, the ghosts of Jack and Jill, because they make you fall down the hill.
Oh my god.
Why am I standing here?
Yeah, this is Metroid Prime Exoskeleton.
Crap.
First of 2 fights. It can be very random, although with super missiles,
Yeah.
RNG is not too bad. You just generally don't want Wave Beam as the first color it picks.
Yeah.
For this room, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, because you're locked into wave then power or vice versa.
But there's also no opportunity to deal recurring damage before it actually changes colors.
Yeah, extra
We'll see a bit.
damage.
Yeah, we'll see more of that here.
Yeah, so each color has 220 health, but you can deal like damage that counts towards like the next color after knockback happens for each color. So for Subchamber 2, it's going to add the white color to its arsenal, so only Ice Beam can hit it. But because this is a Metroid, Exo takes 1.5 times more damage for Ice Beam. So Ice Beam
Alright.
roughly does around the same damage as Plasma.
Power. Oh, I got it wrong.
Which is a nice detail.
Starting Wave Beam is a little unfortunate. It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
in rooms.
Yeah, because even with Weight Buster, the problem with Weight Buster is that while it is pretty okay for this, it just drains your misses way too fast.
Oh,
It's
that's
kinda like a
so
big
early. That was bad.
I thought for a split second that was going to land on you because you can get damaged by reflected attacks from Exo.
It's kind
Yeah.
of the same concept when Chozo goes with supers. Like one super is enough. Or two
Yeah.
supers if you're feeling like, you know what, like I need that catharsis. So Sub Chamber 3 now adds the fourth color. Red.
And always leads with this attack.
Yes, always does the tractor beam from Star Wars. It's great.
Alright.
Just freeze it, it's fine.
Yep.
Good that it didn't do wave beam first.
Yeah, Wave Beam is the worst thing here.
Starting power without supers, which is what happens to 90%, isn't really great either. But power beam at least does a little bit more damage per charge shot. But this wave is pretty slow.
And it
Like
switched to Wave, so we got like decent RNG.
Yeah. So we
Oh
just
yeah, I mean we're
basically
still
didn't
skipping Wave
cover
here,
phase.
basically. I think.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we still skipped
so
Wave. It's fine.
Yeah. So by skipping, so by doing the damage, it even switched to wave. Like waiting. I mean, you have Wave Buster, but it's still like still faster.
Shoutouts to the power form being weak to flamethrower.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
there goes that.
Now
All
we're-
right. Spoiled the surprise.
Oh, sorry.
Oh shoot! I am so sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. I actually hadn't thought about it until you mentioned it. Actually,
Boo! It started wave beam. Boo.
Yeah, it's been starting way beam.
did you know that Exo's favorite Smash character is Terry Bogard? How Wave? That's like the worst thing that can happen here. Just, well, it's not as bad here since we have supers, but in any percent, that's just like the funeral dirge for a bad run. Getting power wave. Oh well.
Ask and I shall receive.
Kind of asked for it.
I didn't ask for this.
You did speak it though. Now, Subchamber 4,
I think that was ice.
it was.
Yep.
But yeah, normally in Subchamber 4, Exo can shift colors randomly.
Bye.
But A, this, and B, even if you were to get unlucky and get like wave or power wave, you could manipulate Exo to use his forward claw swipe and prevent him from constantly switching or doing a rapid charge.
Yeah.
Also, I think it's possible with the right RNG to just completely skip wave beam.
Oh,
on
whoops.
Exo. And there's like I think 1 or 2 rooms left that prevent complete skipping or low percent skipping wave beam being possible. But now that Exo skips a thing, you don't even have to.
I
Well,
forgot to let the music play. I'm so sorry.
Epic music time.
That's alright. Honestly, I kind of like the Hunter's remix of this better.
So if the remaining rooms that would still make wave beam a requirement end up being the Exo skip,
Oh, that was
would
unfortunate.
make wave beam skip like, trivial for this part of the run or the end of the run.
I don't like this at all.
So Essence does a like set number of attacks before it lays a phase on pool to damage it. Also, if it's close enough to the corpse, we'll do that where instead of laying a pool, it just skips to the next. It'll just switch visors and do nothing. So
I can't
Yeah.
believe they put this pile of garbage into Smash.
yeah, I mean it's just unfortunate the way it rotated and it just didn't move
Yeah.
when you did the attack cancel. So attack canceling.
Please
Yeah,
move.
so Essence will, if you hit Essence with Phazon Beam, and then just and then let it get out. Wow, nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
I would say just stick to the wall and just don't even walk around because that Essence I think likes to move depending on.
Yeah, that route I was standing on, generally if you stand on it, Essence will be fine and will go to a good place. Not this time.
Yeah, it's kind of random, but it's also position dependent too. So if that happens, it's just generally like just stay on the other side of the room and just let Essence around
Oh,
you.
I got debated.
So phase on beam. So if you attack Essence phase on beam, but you don't like hold the button down or like constantly hit phase on beam damage, when it gets out of the knockback animation, it'll just immediately start its next attack in the sequence that it has before it lays another point. So by shooting it at approximately once a second, so he's trying to shoot it right when Essence attacks, which will cancel it and then have it do its next attack immediately. This cuts down entirely on waiting for it to lay another point.
Yeah, because otherwise, as we've seen a couple of times now, you could be waiting a very long time if
Usually,
if Essence doesn't cooperate.
full skips generally lose you around 45 seconds, I think, at the minimum.
So now what Diggle's doing is pool canceling, where he's entering and exiting the pool rapidly. In doing so, he's not bringing the Phazon pool's primary Phazon pool.
I think I screwed it.
It's allowing him to buffer a phase
Yeah.
on. It's allowing him to buffer a phase on beam shot outside of the. So I think it's like a one frame thing that it happens, but by holding the A button down, it just lets it buffer. And by doing that, you're not draining the pool of resources.
So I couldn't find the edge of the pool. Wait, hang on a second.
It's hard to gauge sometimes. This collision's very.
God, where are
very
you?
rough collision.
Well, that's time.
GG.
7 seconds over 2 hours.
I was-
Literally, if I
was
could find the
watching
edge of that Phazon pool, I would have sub-2'd this still.
And at sub 2, it would have been very impressive how bad the seat was.
Yeah, because this was not a good seed. I mean,
GG's.
to be fair, Bash made it, but but no, GG's. That was fantastic.
Thank you.
But yeah, ideally this fight could be done in 3 phase on. As little as 2, but generally
3 is
a lot harder
easier.
to get it optimally, and 3 is just easier, and it just gives you the most consistent time save.
Yeah. What I
You
would
can
have...
hop on the 3 pool.
It's really easy to get the 3 pool if, after laying the first pool, you immediately hit XL and lock it down in place. But I was like half a second too late and it moved, and that's when things started going wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's random because sometimes it can still move to a. That's okay. But yeah, the first pool, the execution there matters the most because I have complete control over where Essence will be positioned after it lays the pool. It can lay a pool in like one of 4 spots, and like it minimizes like if as long as you can hit it before it moves and does start doing its thing. You know, if you give it breathing room, you give it an inch and it takes a month. So, yeah, that first pool matters the most, and then afterwards, it's usually just downhill from there.
Yeah. We found every item, so we don't. Something else the randomizer adds is it tells you where every item was, but we literally saw every item, so yeah.
Super's in Quarantine Cave.
I mean, that could have been so much worse if we skipped it. Let's be perfectly honest here.
Yep. However,
Suffering.
paranoia. All right.
So, yeah, this is a nice taste in a Metroid Prime Randomizer.
Yeah.
It's really good stuff.
Do we have a link to the?
If SGLIVE was like 2 weeks ago, we would have said, oh, Echo has a randomizer, but not Corruption. But no, all 3 games have randomizers.
Yeah. There's a Discord that I don't have a link for on hand. If you want to get in on this nonsense.
Hang tight.
You can find it by going to randomizer.metroidprime. There's a link there.
Oh yeah, exclamation
The
point
randomizer
NPR
download.
should work. This is still a speed gaming.
It-
Yeah.
Sure does.
Yeah. it
Oh,
does.
right.
There you go. There's all the stuff.
Yeah.
Way ahead of you there.
Yeah. Well, I'm DiggleWarth, and Prime is suffering. Echoes is suffering.
You can follow him by going to twitch.tv/DiggleWrath. He did an excellent job tonight. Round of applause.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I'm glad someone had fun at least. Oh god.
Oh, believe me, I have the chat up next to me. The chat was loving it.
Oh, that's good. Hey, my computer didn't catch fire. This is great. My cooling fan is actually kind of busted. Fortunately, I'm using a laptop stand that has a fan built in, so it's fine. But also, there's just a tower fan looming over it, like the leaning tower of fan. I guess. It looks really dumb and sketchy, but it's there. Anyways, I'm rambling now. It's 4 a.m. We should hop off so Speed Gaming can catch up a little bit. Thanks again for watching, everybody. I hope you had fun. Like, really. We'll be back tomorrow, actually, on SpeedGaming 3 through 6 or something. One of those for tournament finals.
It's gonna be good stuff.
That will be 3:30 p.m.